we're going to be taking an early look at what the Chapter 3 map could look like in Fortnite, including new additional movement abilities, new building options, and with people from Epic Games themselves also building up the hype around Chapter 3 coming next. Things are so exciting right now. If you've watched right now and you'd love to see Tilted Towers return in Fortnite Chapter 3, hit the thumbs up button in the next 5 seconds. We'll be taking a closer look at what the Chapter 3 map could look like in this video and loads more info. Just in case you're not up to date with why we're about to go into Chapter 3 and not Chapter 2 Season 9, let me give you a quick summary. We're about to battle the Cube Queen herself. The description of her and all of her cosmetics let us know that we're about to head to complete annihilation as she wants to destroy our Fortnite reality. A lot of common themes that appeared at the end of Chapter 1 are appearing now at the end of Chapter 2, including the return of the mechs, which is going to be happening very soon this season, the 0 point being spotted with tons of cracks over it, which also happened just before it exploded at the end of Chapter 1, and the wrapping up of one of the biggest secrets on a Chapter 2 island, which was the redacted bunker, which is now opened. We now know what's inside. There isn't much left for us to do on this Fortnite island, and the Chapter 2 map has now officially been around for the exact amount of time as the Chapter 1 map, meaning that if we're counting the days both of the chapter maps have been around, we're ready for Chapter 3. Now, jumping into new information. Epic Game employees have been getting in on this Chapter 3 rumor, and they've been tweeting about it. Today, Mark Rain on Twitter, a guy from Epic Games I've met before, great fellow, co-founder of Epic Games, was tweeted, "Give us answers. Will there be Chapter 2 Season 9 or Chapter 3 next? We are all bored to speak to us." And he simply replied, "Time will tell." He did not go ahead and say that Chapter 3 is not happening. He is also letting us guess more and more that Chapter 3 is coming next. Donald Mustard has also gone ahead and changed his banner. Take a look at this. It appears to be concept art with some key characters in here. We've got Agent Jonesy himself, the 0 point, all within the Imagined Order's underground base, but the 0 point is in a very fragile state. It is clearly cracked, just like the previous banner that Donald Mustard had of the 0 point in space. And the only other times we've seen the 0 point in this kind of state was in Chapter 1 Season 9, just before it exploded, and then the whole of the map was sucked into it, and we went into a black hole before Chapter 2 kicked off. Jumping back a few months, Donald Mustard tweeted this: "I'm ultra biased, but Chapter 2 Season 8 and the 2 after it are maybe my favorite parts. Well, until that one thing. I can't decide. I love it all. Can't wait for all of you to experience it." So he does not specifically mention Chapter 2, Season 9 or X by name. He then also mentions that one thing happens. We know Donald Mustard knows everything that's happening in the Fortnite universe well before us. And back then when we read this, we were like, well, obviously he's talking about Season 9, Season X. But now it's looking like that he's talking about the big one thing being the return of the black hole, the epic battle between us and the Queen. And then we'll be going into Chapter 3, Season 1 and 2 that Donald specifically said are his favorite parts. One of the big leaks in the past specifically said that we'd find out the location of all of the 7 members in Chapter 3 as well, which could be one of the reasons that Donald Mustard is so looking forward to it. We're going to get some juicy storyline information, and it's a lot closer than any of us thought. Whenever rumors are circulating, people love to go ahead and contact Epic Games support. These guys are in place normally just to tell you how to refund your Rebucks, but if you ask specific enough questions, sometimes they know things in the future of Fortnite that nobody else does. When asked about Chapter 3, this response was given: "Hey there, while we totally get your enthusiasm and we appreciate your passion you give towards our game, our current chapter is here until December the 5th, 2021. That puts the end date of this Fortnite chapter on Sunday, the 5th of December. Literally a month away, actually, at the time of making this video. You can follow us on social media for more big announcements. We know that the black hole has been updated, the audio files updated, the ability to go straight into the black hole when you boot up the game. The only time that is ever needed in Fortnite is when the black hole is activated, which means on December the 5th, we could be going from the live event with us battling the Cube Queen. She destroys our reality. We go into the black hole, and then we wait. we wait hopefully not too long for the servers to go back online for Chapter 3 to begin. Before we take an early look at what the map could look like in Chapter 3, here's a few things that have been in the in-game files and added recently, new features coming in the future of Fortnite. First one is a new movement ability, the ability to slide. You can shoot and slide. Different surface angles will affect your speed, and your field of view will increase, giving that sense of speed as you're sliding. It's also believed that Chapter 3 will bring us onto the next edition of the Unreal Engine, meaning the things that Epic Games can do in Fortnite with a new engine will add tons of possibilities. Just like this, new movement mechanics, maybe more players on the map, a bigger map, and tons of things that weren't possible previously that will truly make Chapter 3 feel like a brand new experience, a brand new game, nothing like Chapter 1 or Chapter 2. Rideable wildlife. There's still a chance that we'll get this season. Hidden in elite files is literally an ability for riding. You can go ahead and dismount. You can go ahead and climb on top of them. So far, that is not something that is available, but could be a new addition with the wildlife available in Chapter 3 as well. As we mentioned recently on the channel, auto builds are something that's been sat in the in-game files for a while now. Take a look at these. You can build a little bridge. You can build literally a double 90. Or even a small little house at the click of a button, something that would be huge and very different for building. Again, that would change Fortnite in a very big way. Perfect for Chapter 3. There's a strong rumor going around that one of the skins that I've wanted for so long, that everyone's probably wanted for so long, is Spider-Man. That Spider-Man will be tied in some way into the next chapter, be it a Battle Pass skin, a secret skin, and I think everyone would go crazy for that. It makes sense to save it for such a big new part of the Fortnite storyline. Today, for example, Fortnite did something brand new they haven't even done before. A collaboration with League of Legends. Jinx was added into the game. Thank you to Epic Games for sending it to me early. You can pop in code ALLY8. It's going to be in the store tonight. Anyone that uses my code can get a shout out in my video. It goes every 2 weeks, so don't forget to pop it back in. And the potential for Fortnite collaborations and skins on a new engine in the next chapter. Spider-Man alone is crazy, but everything else that could happen, I don't think I'm ready. What about the map? There is no doubt that the Chapter 3 map will be completely redesigned. Things in there that we maybe recognize that will return, and things that will feel familiar, with a lot of it feeling brand new. Just like that feeling we jumped out of the battle bus for the very first time in Chapter 2 and flew over the island. It felt incredible. Now, the user Admire2K on Reddit went ahead and put together an incredible concept. He said himself it was initially based upon a very early design of a Chapter 3 map that he had seen from an Epic Game employees, but he's worked upon it himself to add in his own ideas, and we could be seeing some of the things right now in front of us put into the game. Do any of you remember this picture on screen here? There was loads of hype about Tilted Towers returning. We worked out where this could possibly be on the Fortnite map. There were massive mountains in the background, but Tilted never returned in that update. This concept has Tilted Towers on it with some massive mountains in the background. I mean, hey, I'm not saying this is official, and it has been made as a concept, but the Chapter 2 map did get leaked earlier. No one believed that as well. So let's take a look at what we've got here. He's gone ahead and said that this map can support 150 players. I've seen a lot of rumors that the Chapter 3 map will be a lot bigger than the Chapter 1 and 2 map as well. And the way they've all been connected and spread out is really cool to see. We've also got in the center, which has always been probably the most important part of the map. It was at least the most important part of the Chapter 2 map for sure, as it constantly evolved and changed. In the center here, we've got a very unusual area with a strange energy that could be the center point for the new 0 point location on the Chapter 3 island. Loot Lake is one of my favorite OG locations and has also been put on here as well, along with Risky Reels and a few other spots that you may remember from both Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. The thing that gets me most excited, and I really hope we get in Chapter 3, is different terrains. We've got ice, we've got desert, we've got swamp, we've got volcanoes. The Chapter 1 map did that so well, and I'm genuinely a little bit disappointed the Chapter 2 map didn't get that much change over its lifetime. The center definitely did, but the rest of it, I mean, let's be real, it just stayed pretty grassy. With a lot of water on this map concept, there's the ability to drive jet skis. Hey, I'm not saying I don't want to do that. That sounds insanely fun. You can loot buoys to get yourself a new flopper flipper so you can swim even faster. Also very useful. And you can swim underwater for up to 30 seconds. All of these ideas and concepts would become possible with a new engine for Fortnite Chapter 3. Imagine all the limitations they've been working to at the moment. They've pushed everything to the max. Crazy things will be available when Chapter 3 releases. There's a new sword and shield melee combo. That would genuinely be really cool. Imagine going from like just gunfights to also having like really engaged sword and shield, like defense and attack engagements where you could be really thinking about what you're doing. That would be dope. Apparently the IO camps still exist. Will the Imagined Order carry over from Chapter 2 to Chapter 3? Well, they must do, right? The Imagined Order have been looking after the Fortnite Island, they say, for hundreds of years. That's literally taken from their mouth in the official Fortnite trailers. They've no doubt looked over the Chapter 1 map, the Chapter 2 map, and many, many, many different versions of the map all over these years. So expect secret bunkers and the Imagined Order to be hiding somewhere, even on the Chapter 3 map. One of my favorite POIs from Chapter 1 was the pirate boat. I genuinely think Chapter 1 Season 8 was one of my favorite seasons, and to see this on this concept as well is incredible. And I really, 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 really would love to see a pirate boat return. Not only because it's really easy to harvest wood, but it's just really cool. Again, just a concept, but apparently after the Take Zero Cataclysm, i.e. whatever happens at the end of this season that leads us into the next one, we'll see also the storm disrupted as well. Now, it's believed that the Imagined Order control the storm to control us, as that obviously repeats every 22 minutes. The storm comes in, and we fight. This time, however, the storm's a little bit broken, and there'll be two eyes of the storm, so two areas of battling going on, and then the storm eyes will come together, and the map will then go down to one center of the storm and start shrinking. It's a really cool concept that means that you actually won't necessarily have people dying quite as quick, because you're almost splitting the lobby in half and then bringing them together towards the end. What do you guys think about that? Two storms potentially connecting each other, good or bad? I think it could be interesting. Throughout this season, we've been voting for different weapons to come back, and we've got one and not the other. In the case, for example, of a combat SMG, we haven't had the ability to use that, but it's literally been made and put in the game. Towards the end of this season, a little bit like towards the end of Chapter 1, Season X, where we had a throwback of everything OG and tons of things returning, everything that we voted for that lost will also be coming back to the island for this season as well. That means the combat SMG, it means the Rift to go, all of these things that we're kind of saying potentially farewell to, and that we may not see again in Chapter 3, with the introduction then of new items, new weapons, new loot pools that we've never seen before that could change up how we play Fortnite forever. Rumored for ages now has been weapon attachments, weapon charms. If there's one thing that you see quite a lot of when you play Fortnite, it's your gun. And to customize that definitely makes a lot of sense. Just think about everything you know about Fortnite and just imagine that anything is possible. That is the excitement of Chapter 3 in Fortnite. I just want to remind everyone that it's not been confirmed yet that we'll be going into Chapter 3, but I am at a point where I'm like 99% sure it's going to be happening. To throw us off guard, to think that we've still got 2 more seasons to go, but in reality, knowing that we've had the same amount of days in both chapters is a great indicator that Epic Games are ready to move on. And whatever happens with us versus the Cube Queen, I always live stream these massive events here on my channel, and I'll of course be doing so make sure you're subscribed. And apparently, if you go into the Fortnite item shop and enter in code ALIA, you'll be immune from any destruction on the Fortnite Island. I mean, it's just a rumor. Give it a go. You can get a shout out in my videos just like these guys, so thank you everyone for using code ALIA. To see even more reasons why Chapter 3 is the next season, click on screen here to keep on watching. Thank you so much. I'm excited to read your comments. The hype is real. Fortnite Chapter 3, winter is coming.